welcome back to Cryptoharmonics. This is September the 6th, Wednesday, and I want to do kind of a middle of the week check-in. I wasn't able to do anything on Monday, holiday, hanging out with the fam, so I wanted to shoot you guys a quick video and just give you an update what I'm looking at. Really not just this week, but the whole month of September, which is probably going to be the title of this video, Ethereum beating out Bitcoin for gains. If you guys remember last month in August, we looked at three coins, Dash, Ethereum Classic, and Litecoin to outpace Bitcoin. And we did so beautifully and made some awesome profits. If you guys were following along, I still need to post that. And I just remembered that I was going to show you guys that. So I'll be posting that in the Slack, maybe just a short video or something showing you how much you would have made if you would have followed along with the trades and stuff. But let's look at this. I want to look at Bitcoin first, just overall. As you can see, I bought in at 3,900, and you know, I know some people watch these and are like, probably like, yeah, right, dude. I'll show you proof that I called this beforehand. I'm not just making it up. But I also bought some at 4,150 because I wasn't totally sure it was coming down to 39. So, and when I say bought, I mean actually, you know, coming from fiat, putting some more in. That's how I get in with Bitcoin, Litecoin, or Ethereum, usually on Coinbase. So, so that was a play I had looking at 3,900. Turned out to be a really good trade so far. I think it's probably going to turn back down a little bit and then make another move up, but I don't know that for sure. So. I just wanted more Bitcoin to trade with, and 3,900 is a good price. So, let's see. Let's look at Ethereum though, real quick. If you guys were following along in the Slack, you knew that in this blue box, I was buying up Ethereum. So anywhere between 287 and 310. With 260 being the lowest. It didn't quite, you know, I have a limit order there. It didn't quite come hit that, which, you know, I am, but I'm not upset about. I got in at 287, right? So, and then I also got some at 310, which I believe will prove to be cheap in the weeks and months to come for Ethereum. So stay tuned, right? I'm going to talk about that. Three fundamental reasons why, not just according to the charts. I am going to look at the charts real quick, but I also have three fundamental reasons why I think so also. So, okay, so we bought there. That's looking good. You know, it may turn around in this consolidation here and have a little retrace and then pump back up. We'll be watching that. One of the things I am watching is Ethereum relative to Bitcoin, though. And for the people that are in the Slack, you guys know I bought here. I sold a substantial portion of my Bitcoin off here for Ethereum, and I was looking for this big move on the daily all the way down here into this blue box, and I've been talking about this for, gosh, maybe almost a month. I'm looking for this area. What I'm beginning to fear is that it may not hit there. I still am keeping an order here just in case it does and it flashes down or something. But you see 1, 2, 3 times now, and we got a triple bottom going on here where it's failed to break that. And I think with all the stuff coming out and just the way these technicals are looking, I think Ethereum's more likely to go up relative to Bitcoin. So I think Bitcoin's still going to fluctuate and have some strength, but I just think Ethereum's going to go up quicker, which, you know, if you guys follow along with trading, that's all we're trying to do is outpace the market, which would be, you know, Bitcoin, really. And Bitcoin's going up, you know, if you're on the crypto journey, right, you're taking the stairs up. But with trading, you know, we can skip a few stairs and take 2 at a time and get there a little bit quicker. So that's at least my analogy for it. I don't know. So, okay, so I hope that makes sense to you guys what I'm looking at here on Ethereum. I had this Gartley pattern that came down, and I bought right here. when I say bought, I exchanged Bitcoin for Ethereum, and I'm looking for a nice move up there. If it does come down, I'm holding it still because I still got an entry right there. Okay. Okay, so here's the 3 things that I'm looking at fundamentally. That is really good news for Ethereum and the Ethereum network. They have the Metropolis hard fork coming up. You guys can read all about this. I'll post all 3 of these articles that I'm going to look at in the Slack. I'm not going to read them on here. I just don't want to take that much time. But you guys can read them. I don't understand half the stuff they're talking about, so it'd be pointless for me to try and explain something I don't understand, right? So, but I do understand that fundamentally this is going to be upgrades for the Ethereum network, and so this is coming into effect. You can see here September 22nd, so in a couple weeks. And so that Metropolis upgrade, I know they're trying to shift over to proof of stake instead of proof of work. So that's something there. And then the second thing I'm looking at is this Raiden scaling solution, this Raiden being deployed on the testnet. You know, and you can kind of read on there too. The main thing from it is that I get from it is that it's going to speed up transaction time while lowering the transaction fees. So that's a win-win. Looks good. I think they're going for just mainstream adoption, being able to use it and not have the network, you know, fry up on them and everything. So excited about that. That's cool. And then the third thing is a thing, but it's not really a thing. Okay, so let me explain that. So OMG is going to airdrop some of their coins to Ethereum holders, right? And so this is free. This is free money right here. I don't know if 5% of the total supply of OMG has been set aside for the airdrop. Okay, is what it says. And to qualify, right, you need to have had 0.1 Ethereum at block height. This right here, right, which I believe ends up being in July sometime. So, but I think a lot of people are not going to go through the due diligence of trying to figure that out. So they're just going to see free money and be like, well, let me hold some Ethereum, and they're going to buy up Ethereum, right? So even though this really isn't a thing, it's not. If I go buy a bunch of Ethereum right now, right, all the Ethereum that I've been buying in the last couple days is not going to qualify for this. I'm getting 0 OMG, right? But if you did hold it, you know, just be aware that you're in for some OMG coins there. So just keep that on your radar. But I think that's going to be bullish for Ethereum. Obviously, also for OMG. I think it gives it a little more publicity if people don't know about it. Anyways, okay, let's go back to the charts. All right, so we're looking at Litecoin. Litecoin's having another shoot up here, man. This, you know, I love Litecoin. I've been talking about it. I'm not going to talk about it anymore, but I think it's awesome. I will be taking more off in here to buy Ethereum, right? Because I bought Litecoin way back there. I'm just going to take some of the profits off. I'm going to take a good chunk off of my Litecoin holdings and switch over to Ethereum. I think that'll be more profitable. Could be wrong. That's why I'm not. I just cannot sell all my Litecoin. I got to have some Litecoin because this thing's going to triple digits. No doubt. No doubt. Wouldn't be surprised if it hits it in the next few weeks, right? It almost hit it, you know, a few days ago. So I'm definitely gonna hold some Litecoin off to the side, just in a wallet, but I am, as far as trading purposes go, I had somebody asking, they had a substantial amount of Litecoin, and they said, you know, what do you think? You know, should I sell some off for Ethereum? And I said, you know, just hold it, wait. It's gonna pop back up to, you know, I think it's around the mid 80s, somewhere in there. And here it is coming up here. You know, I'd be slow. I might slowly start taking some off and buying some Ethereum at this point. And we can look at it relative to Bitcoin also. As you guys know, we got in this trade here, and still looking for a move up, probably up to here. So, all right, let's look at Dash, and I want to show you guys one thing, how to get out and take some profits at good places and find those tops that are just end up being so hard to figure out sometimes. Okay, if you guys have been watching the videos, you know, last month we were looking at 3 coins in particular, right, to outpace Bitcoin, which one of them was Dash, the other was Litecoin, and the other was Ethereum Classic. And Dash and Litecoin have just blown up. Ethereum Classic had a nice run. I think I got, I hit my first target on there, and then my second target is still yet to be determined. Let me actually look at that real quick, because yeah, there, do you see it there? That first line, and then it's like slammed back down. And one of the things I want to, let me just mention this real quick. My new stop loss comes up to right here, right? As low as it went here, not hiding behind that, but because, you know, it kind of was, it was very close to this, right? But I always move that up just to keep my loss a little bit smaller. Just in case it ends up falling here, I want out and I'll go back into Bitcoin. But I think we might see another move up, and I have some reasons for that. I probably won't get into those now, but I do have some reasons for people switching over to Ethereum Classic from Ethereum, even though I am very bullish on Ethereum. So, okay, let's go back to Dash here. I want to look at it. You know, we had this run up, right? And if you've been following along, we had this nice run up on Dash. I took, you know, a couple targets here, and it kept going. It went way past my target, right? And Dash is another one that I hold as a long-term portfolio. But if I'm trading this, right, and I'm still holding this Dash, when do I get out? How do I know to get out here? Do I get out here? You know, do I get out, you know, I see this pull back, and how do you know? Because when this is going on right here, this thing's going to $1,000, right? In your mind, you're thinking, you know, this, I can't lose, right? This is like the other day with Litecoin. It was like going up. Every time I looked at it, it was up another $5. I was like, man, you know, I better start taking some profits off here. But greed kind of sets in and plays a little bit of a role when things start taking off, because you're like, man, I could make even more if I just hold on. And if that's your long-term strategy, that's cool. If it's not, and you want to trade and get in and out some better positions, there is a way to do that. And I want to show you guys. I've shown this on a one video before, but that was on a double bottom. This is on a double top. Dash is coming up. This is Dash relative to the US dollar on the 4-hour chart, right? And if we look at it here, it had this nice run up all the way up to $412. And then it had this pullback, right? And some people sold along here, and you know, that's cool. But then it comes back up, right? And people start looking at it. Well, it forms, and then it just falls off a cliff. What I look at on this is when it gives me a double top like this, right? I'm looking for a place to get out. Now, some people may say, okay, well, I'll just get out right here before it gets this high, and I'm out and I'm good, and I got out at $400. That's true, and if that's your play, that's cool. But when that's easy to say when you haven't seen this fall over here, right? When you're just strictly looking at this, let me see if I can get this over here. When you're just looking at this, what does this look like? Oh, we're about to break all-time new highs. You know, that's what you're looking at. You're like, oh, this is all-time new high territory. Here we go. Dash is going to 500 easy today. And then boom, right? So how to know, like, where to get out? Where's some good, and this is a play I have, okay? So the first thing you want to do is you want to box in this double top here. Or that's just how I do it, right? I just box in this double top. And it goes to as far down as it goes right there. There's a few qualifications that I have for this to be a quote-unquote legal trade for me, right? So I have some rules and standards. That way I don't get caught in some really bad trades. You have this run up with a wick, comes down, and the second run up needs to be kind of cup shaped, right? It can't have all these spikes up and everything and be going crazy. I don't trust that. It needs to have this nice cup shape, and then at least the wick. Let me zoom in so you guys can see this. The wick needs to touch as high as the body went on this left side. Hope that makes sense. It can't be like way down here, right? And also my second thing is this wick can't go higher than the left wick. So this needs to have fallen short of that high there. Okay? So once you have that, you place a line at the bottom here, as far down as this bottom of this trough here went. You place a line right there, and it starts falling, right? And everybody's just panic selling, and you know, no one knows where to get out. A lot of people looks like got out on this candle in the 360 all the way down to 338, somewhere in there. Just panic selling. Everybody's like freaking out. What this showed me here when this did this is I'm looking for a candle to close, which would be fully red right there. Not just wick past that and then suck back up. And a lot of times you'll see these on these charts, what'll happen is it'll come down and bounce right here and then shoot up and make an all-time new high. And so if you sold during this time, you're really pissed off when you do that, because you're like, man, I should have just held, you know. So you don't want to get stuck in that position. And this what I'm showing you guys is not 100% fail proof. You will have losing trades, but I can show in another video how to kind of work with that, and you keep your losses small anyways. So all I'm looking for on this trade, I want to get out, I want to sell Dash because I think it's coming down, and I want to buy back at a better price and get back in. So what I do is I look for this red candle. It closes below this line. So now I've got my Fibonacci out, and I'm waiting, and I start right here at the top of this move, not over here, but this second move up. And I'm looking for what is the most powerful Fibonacci number in all of them, which is the 0.618. And I'm looking for this to come down, and I go down as far as the wicks have gone down in this move. And I'm looking for it to retrace up into the 618. And you see this green line right here? And I front run. If you guys follow me, you know that I front run. So I actually put it right here. But look at how precise that is. So you actually sold your Dash at $371, right? That's what it says over here. $371, you're out of Dash. Now, where am I getting back in? You have two options. You can either I go to the lowest part of the bodies of this lowest move. I hope this is making sense, guys. If it doesn't make sense, just follow me, join the Slack, ask questions in the videos. You know what? I don't mind explaining it. I know it's really not as complicated, and maybe I'm not doing a very good job explaining it. I hope I am, but I know it's kind of confusing sometimes, but this stuff is really awesome. And harmonic patterns and these different patterns with Fibonacci, they work. And it essentially comes down to shapes. If you know shapes, you can do it, okay? So that's like kindergartner stuff, right? I need that. I need simple with all this stuff. So you're going down here, right? So you sold at 371 and you're buying back up at 338 Dash. That's a good play, right? But it goes down further. And one of the things that I look at is how fast did this fall, right? What's the wick like when it bounces down? You see this huge red candle here, right? So you're seeing all this selling pressure. These are things that you can look at and through experience find out. But one of the things that I like to do is I'll take a extension. And I will look for the 127 or the 1618 extension. So I got one there, and I got one. Let me front run all these. Got one there. Of this down move that broke through here. Okay? And let me delete that. So I have two targets now, right, to get back in Dash, because I've sold Dash now at 371. I enjoyed all my profits. I took my profits. I go back into USD, right? I think you can do this on Kraken. There's other places to do it, but I think Bitfinex is another one too. I go back into USD. I sit and I'm waiting for a lower price, so I can either get in at 338, which right now I'd be happy it's at 351, but you had to ride out a big downturn there. Or I got in at 308 over here, or 284. And you can buy along the way and just stagger it and just say, well, I'll pick a little bit up here, I'll pick most up here, and if it comes down this far, I'll take another part off. I'll break off another chunk of dash and buy me some more dash here. So I hope that makes sense. That really has helped me be able with tops and bottoms, like, and I can do a more in-depth video with that, but that's really actually helped me. Okay, guys, I think that's going to be it. If you guys have any questions, just contact me. Join the Slack. It's free. We're just talking in there. Let me show you guys. This is Monday. Yeah, just to show you guys, like, I mean, I don't think you guys think I'm lying or anything, but just to show you guys I'm not jacking around with you on my price targets and stuff. This is one of the things we were looking at. I'll post these pictures of my charts and stuff, and you can kind of see. This is what we were looking at on Ethereum. I said, you know, picking up Ethereum between 287 and 310 today, 260 at the lowest, which I showed you guys on the charts. And then I posted that Ethereum BTC Gartley pattern, right? Which lined up there, and it's gone up pretty decently since then. And then let's see if I got BTC on here. Yeah, there we go. And BTC, this is all on Monday, Monday morning, I think. I was looking at this range, 300 to 4150, and then I also still have a resting order down here just in case it decides to crash on us, quote unquote crash, right? Every time it goes down, it's crashing, right? And I said, yeah. So I said looking for 39, 4150, somewhere in there. So anyways, guys, check this out and see if it's something you like. I'm having a lot of fun just keeping up and talking with people and stuff in there. It's nice to have a little community of traders. And then in the next video, I'm going to be talking about this, which is Exodus Eden. And I threw a little money in here to play around with it because it's not actually supported. Exodus wallet does not have support for this. The support is just basically the users in the Slack that they have. So I don't, you know, I just want to, throw $100 in here and throw it around in between and exchange all these and stuff like that and try it out. It's pretty freaking cool though. So anyways, guys, that's basically all I'm doing. And I will check in possibly with you guys Friday or Saturday if I get a chance. Take care.